Good afternoon and welcome to the Rotary Club of Beaufort. Today is the 22nd of January. Please stand. Nancy Declan will lead us in singing God Bless America. And following the pledge, General John Valentine will give the invocation.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, Heavenly Father, we thank you for your many blessings, your love, your kindness, your grace, and your mercy, and for the freedoms that we enjoy. And God bless and protect, dear Lord, all the first responders and men and women of our armed forces who protect that freedom. We ask you, bless the food that we have received to our use and thus to thy service. Make us ever mindful of those less fortunate. Asking this in your name. Amen.
Thank you, John. As you probably realize, today is an assembly day for the club, which means we will be conducting club business. But nonetheless, we will call on our Sergeant of Arms, Howard Hepgrove, to welcome our guests and visiting Rotarians.
Thank you, President Jeff. Good afternoon, everyone. Wow, what a short list today. We don't have any busy Rotarians according to my list. We do have Rotarians with guests. Greg Geisen has guests today.
I do. It's my privilege to have Colonel Will Bernsley and Matt Hartman with us.
Johnny Harvey has a guest today.
Again, my guest today is Keith Bauer.
That's a short list. Okay, for the housekeeping stuff. Rotary pins on, cell phones off. And we have meals available for $5. If you want meals to go, come up, give me the $5, you put your name down, and we'll take care of it. And anyone who hasn't signed in for the meeting, please do so before the end of the meeting. And finally, there's a card up here signed. Doug Stevens, Rotarian, passed away this week. And we have a card up here signed for his wife, Dina. Thank you. Back to Jeff.
Thank you, Howard. I appreciate it. So this is our assembly, and we have a few announcements we get through before we get to the board. First, I'd like to call on Bernie Cole. Where are you, Bernie? To talk about the upcoming oyster roast, which is this Friday.
Okay, this is 2 days from kickoff for the oyster roast, and I still need a couple of people to sign up to help. We need a little help with the check-in crew. It's like a 30-minute assignment, and then somebody else will relieve you. The facility setup is usually at 12 noon, but it could rain Friday. So we're going to make a final decision tomorrow at 1 o'clock as to should we move to the skate park. You all know where the skate park is, over there at the front of the hospital gate, the Naval Hospital gate. So if it is a move, the setup crew won't start until 3 o'clock. And you will be egged on by the special mixology talents of Mike Kaiserman, something red and tasty, just to help it work better. You know how it is. Sometimes you gotta get numbered up. In any event, we are are still taking sign-ups. We've got almost a record crowd between the three clubs. As of yesterday, I think it was at 249. And then we've had a few more sign-ups today. I think there were like 10 more. And so it's going to be a good time. We got the large to jumbo shrimp. Got good oysters this year. The crop is good. And this thing will start at, we say 6 o'clock, but usually people are helping themselves to a can of beer or a glass of wine at 5:45. So we will not look askance at that, because I'll probably be having one also. And maybe before my wife shows up and finds out that I'm drinking beer. Anyway, so last chance to sign up is right here on these sheets. And then if you can help out with any of the assignments, that'd be great. We have a pretty good sized crowd for the facility setup, whether it's at 12 noon or at 3 o'clock. So anyway, it's a great time. The weather's going to be the nicest it's been in years, except for the issue of the rain. Temperature is probably going to be about 60 degrees. So I remember a couple nights when it was 25. Alcohol didn't solve the numbness. All right, so anybody see me? Here's the sheets up here, and we're all set. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Bernie. Mike Kaiserling.
If you can hear me okay, listen up. On the 12th of next month, we're going to do our Valentine's Day meeting. What I need some help on that, because I'm trying to get in touch with all of the widows of former Rotary members. I have a two sign-up list I'll be passing out here when I get through jabbering up here. And it has the names of some of the widows from before. If you will take a look at the list, if you can think of anybody that's not on the list, please add them, and you'll help me out. The second thing is that the spouses are invited to this on February 12th. In order to buy the appropriate number of roses, I'd like to get a head count the week before, whether your spouse will be attending or not. So I don't need that right today, but you need to check with your social secretary and see if they're going to allow you to bring your spouse along for lunch on the 12th. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. So the 12th of February is Valentine's Day. We're going to have a pretty entertaining speaker. If you want to find out some information about him, you can look on the calendar the day after tomorrow online, and we'll have his bio and some information. All that being said, before we get to the work of the assembly, I'd like to call on the guy who brings happiness to our life and takes money out of our pockets, and that's Mr. Sunshine.
Mr. President, it's a thrill. Almost beyond description. Probably is beyond description. So we won't say anything about it. Birthdays, Melanie Galeon and George Christ are tomorrow. Memory anniversary, Chris Jones 1 and John Gray 14. You should have John Gray, right? Have you only been for 14 years? Where are you? Huh? 52. What's the 14 over here?
My wife thinks for those in good years.
Well, it's wedding anniversary. This is member anniversary. How long have you been a member of the club? 52. 14. Right? I've gotten a couple of cards from our students who are in Europe, and it's kind of fun to get them. And they just pick names out of what the database. And it just happened that I've gotten two of them. And it's kind of fun reading them. And they're very appreciative of having the opportunity to. This one is from Prague.
Amelia Evans.
What?
Amelia Evans.
I see that.
She's an art student, our close.
Yeah, art. Is that okay? You have anything else you want to talk about?
She's in Czech Republic, she's having a great time.
I know, I got a card from her. I got a card from her. That's what it said. I can't win on that one. Okay. Anybody got anything good to say? Anything? Nothing? No hands up? Why?
Yesterday I had to go to see Larry Bridge because of my hearing aid. I couldn't hear a young thing. And I still have a hard time hearing. But he absolutely fixed my hearing aid to where I can hear out of my right ear better than I ever had. But that's not the best reason I want to get out and say, being a veteran, normally I would have to go to Charleston or Savannah and have a hearing aid test done and take about 15 or 20 minutes. Larry now is the VA contact here in Beaufort. So those of you who have hearing aids and need to go to Charleston or Savannah to the VA, you don't have to do that anymore. Larry is the guy you need to go to. Thank you very much.
I got one thing.
You put $1 in the bucket?
I have $10 here.
$10.
This is for all the members to recognize, and we're going to get to them in a little while, but we had a really good committee that worked on the gala. And there were people that arrived early at the gala, and we'll recognize them too, that came out of the crowd and worked the tickets at the front or helped collect prizes at the end. There were a lot of good people doing that, so that's my little bit there to recognize that. And we have a little slideshow where we're going to talk about everything and how well it went. So just hold on to your seats.
Am I done? Am I done?
Are you done?
Am I?
You're done. Thank you very much. Yes, Johnny.
Okay.
We started the crab race meetings last night, our first full crab race meeting. The crab race will be on the 18th of April. That is Saturday, third Saturday in April, 18th of April. I talked to a couple of you about helping me out and some stuff. Jeff Johnson's going to help us out, Bob Allen, and Terry Owens, our new member, is going to help us out. Then later, I'm going to still continue to do it with farmers market, things of that sort. So we'll be talking to y'all a little more later on. Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny. Okay, we've got some members of our board that need to come up and discuss a couple of their items. First of all, I'd like to call on Rachel Simpkins, talk about Angel Tree Past and Angel Tree Future.
Good afternoon. So we did the Angel Tree mid-December, and I had about 12 Holy Trinity students, which is going to be the beginnings of our Interact Club, if we can ever get that going. They're very excited. They love doing it. So we met at Walmart. We spent $3,600 at Walmart, yes, and we left out of there with like 6 shopping carts. We had 10 children and I believe 5 adults that we shopped for. And we went back to the tree and we wrapped all the presents and I delivered them to Department of Social Services. That's where we find these children. So my car was full up to the top. I mean, I couldn't even see out the window. It was so wonderful. And they were so gracious and excited and happy to receive the gifts, so I delivered them to the caseworkers and they got them to the children. So we're going to do this again. This is the second year we've done it, so we're going to do it again this year. And we're going to ask for $2,000 from the district. Yes. Yeah. So that'd be $4,000. So hopefully we can, every year we'll have more and more children that we can help. And I had a few volunteers that came and helped us wrap and brought food for the students that did the shopping. So hopefully next year we'll have some more participation. It's fun and it's a great way to do something local here in the community. So that's it.
Any questions?
Mr. President, I am not done.
Oh.
You took it away from me and saying it back. Our friend, Dr. Bush here received a very prestigious award last week, I believe, at a gathering of the Beaufort Academy and the scholarship fund. And our good friend, the doctor, received a great, great honor at that gathering, and I wanted to recognize him. Is Cole here? No.
No, he's not here.
He did too, but he.
Yeah, okay. You know, we gave you a microphone, so we cut it off, and now you're walking without it. That's not a good thing.
I got to be loud voice.
Yeah, Dick Kruger, there's a mic right there, it should be next to you, just turn it on.
Yeah, turn it on. The green light means it works.
How's that? Someone recently told me that the club is probably getting tired of PowerPoint presentations, so I'm not going to give you one. But I am going to talk about what my position here in the club is, which is to explain and update the Rotary Foundation and to make sure that club members are properly recognized for their contributions. So our current status in the club, Paul Harris Fellows, which is the $1,000 level, we have 80 members of the club. That's down a little bit, we've lost some members, so it's down to from 84 the last quarter. We have 7 major donors at the level 1, which is $10,000. We have 2 major donors at level 2 at $25,000. We have 19 benefactors, and our Paul Harris Society total is 16, with 6 people being eligible to join, and I'll be extending invitations to those people later. We have 83 people who are qualify as every Rotarian every year, and also 83 people who are sustaining members of Rotary International. Bequest Society, level 1, $10,000, we have 1 member. And level 2, $25,000, we have 2 members. So our goals for this year, the main one was to contribute more than $20,000 to the annual fund. We're pretty much on target there, we're at 93%, and that's $208 on average per member. Polio Plus, our goal is $2,500, we've already met that. 100% EREY, we've met, sustaining membership, and also Paul Harris Fellow. At the board meeting last week, we discussed and approved a new way to help new members become Paul Harris Fellows. That involves, with the club matching, the first $500 of the new member. We'd like to get a couple more people on the Paul Harris Society. We have 1 new major donor. We're looking for 1 more this year. And we'd also like to see a couple benefactors and Bequest Society members. So I think we're doing pretty well overall. And I want to thank you all for supporting the Rotary Foundation, because you're helping save lives and improve lives around the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dick. And now I'd like to call on our head of membership, Bob Busa. He has a few very important words he'd like to pass on to you.
Thank you. Just want to give you a quick update as to where we are on membership here, which I looked up this morning just to make sure I had current numbers on this. Is that when we started the year, we had 89 members. We lost 7 members during the year and added 3, and we're now down to 85 members in the club. And I went back and checked a little further. And, you know, when I first joined the club, which was almost 5 years ago, we had 103. So I want to just tell you, the trend is not looking good. We do need to bring in more new members. And I would like everyone to